What's up, folks? Happy Monday to you guys. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, you're doing pretty good? Weather looks a lot nicer this go-round this week than it did last week. Thank God. It's a lot warmer this week than it was last week. At least here in the Dallas area, wherever you're at. Hopefully it does warm up a little bit for you. Hopefully you can break out the shorts for 10 minutes, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Happy Monday to you guys. What's going on? You are listening to Case of the Mondays with Lyle. And that's me. Yeah, that's me, believe it or not. You're not going to get anyone else but me. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if you actually had plans of trying to hear somebody else on here. Sorry to burst your dreams. Happy Monday there to you guys. How's it going? What's up, sir? Sitting back there in the back. I see you with the headphones on, listening to the show with the new ball cap. That's a good ball cap. It's a Yankees cap, but it's all good. It's all good. They may do something this year. Ma'am, sitting over there to the left. Nice heels you got. Those look new. Those new? They look new. You got a haircut too? That looks good. Good job. Way to go. Hey, since it is March the 10th, I'd imagine a couple of you listening were born today, if not this week. So I would like to send out a very happy birthday to anybody with a birthday today, if not this week. May it be as wonderful and as special as any birthday you've had in the past, and may they all be as wonderful and special from here on out. Happy birthday to you. Another thing I would like to touch on is anyone having any job interview today? It is Monday. Most interviews, do try to schedule for Mondays. Kick the week off stressful, add some more stress to your Monday as if it wasn't stressful enough already. So good luck to you with any interview you got, maybe today, maybe this week, maybe who knows, a meeting. Maybe you're meeting his or her parents for the first time this week. Good luck. Practice your jokes. Practice in a mirror. Practice to yourself in the shower. Don't laugh too much at your own stuff, though, because then you kind of look a little creepy. Hopefully, or maybe it's not that. Maybe it's a test. Maybe you're taking a study break right now, and you're listening to the show, and you're hoping to, I don't know, laugh a little bit, maybe, and de-stress-atize, if that is a word, a little bit, while you're trying to study for this test. Good. Wish you the best of luck with that test. If you're anything like me, then you study just when they're handing the test out, and that was always my cram session, was as the test was being passed back to me. I always enjoyed sitting at the back of the class because that means I was the last to get handed the test, so I could study a little bit before the test. And that's when you always do good, that's when I always did good. Anyway, let's move on. Anyone who had interviews this past week or meetings or anything that went the way you wanted to go, congratulations. I wish you the best. Good job. Awesome. Give yourself a pat on the back. High five. Stick your hand in the air. I'm doing it. High five. Psh, high five. Good job. Anyone who had a test or something or job interview that didn't go, as planned, well, you know what? There's more stuff out there. It's not the end of the world. Hey, at the end, when you got the final results that weren't good, you were still breathing, right? At least some good came out of it. You're still alive. So, hey. Better things are yet to come, so. And if you were one of those who were not so successful with whatever it was, here's something to look forward to, folks. I'm going to let you know, I do not edit this. So what you hear is what you get, alright? So, sorry if that's not what you like. So how about this? A one-way ticket to Mars. Anyone here like to travel? That is something. Wow. When I heard about this, I thought, wow, this is, on one hand, this is cool, but on the other hand, man, that sucks, because it's a one-way ticket. The trip itself is supposed to, looks like starting in 2024, if you were offered a one-way trip to Mars, would you take it? That's what Mars One hopes to do. By sending crews of 4 people to Mars starting in 2024, they hope to fund the mission in part by making a reality TV show of the process. Why not call it Survivor? Why not Survivor Mars? And when you get voted off, you just get sent off into space like Sandra Bullock or George Clooney. No, right? Since the announcement of the program in 2013, more than 200,000 people have applied to go to Mars permanently. Mind you, this is a permanent thing. That's what one way means. This is permanent. Okay. In this somewhat moody documentary, we meet a few of those people and get a sense of why they want to go and what could make them stay. So, I mean, man, if that's your thing, if that's, granted, I like space travel. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. And I mean, who's to say by 2024 we don't already have light speed travels or whatever? I mean, by 2015, roads, we're not going to need roads according to Dr. Emmett Brown. I mean, come on. So, good luck to those who are actually signing up for that and who don't believe in Back to the Future. I myself believe in Back to the Future and wish them the best of luck. So, there you go. A puppy survived a 12-mile trip in a car engine. Yes, a puppy survived in a car engine, not just sitting in the front seat of a car. This dog was in the car engine, and no, it actually was not on a hamster wheel helping the car run. It was actually lodged up in the motor and survived. A Jack Russell Terrier named Betty Boop. Boop boop a doop. I did it. Went missing from her fenced-in garden in Manchester, England, and climbed into the engine compartment of a neighbor's car. Gavin Juliet went to pick up his mother-in-law, a 12-mile round trip, with the puppy stuck in the engine. He only noticed her when he returned home and heard barking from under the car's hood. Folks, if I came home and heard barking from under the car hood, I would think to myself, I have gone bat crazy. Bat insane crazy. I have lost my freaking marbles. I need to go inside, have a beer, and sit down and just try to... I would be thinking to myself, man, today is so stressful. I'm hearing dogs barking underneath my hood. This is bad. Gavin and the dog's owner, Gary James, had to partially dismantle the engine to get Betty Boop out, and were astonished to find her uninjured. That's just... that's one that'll just make you just... yeah. Just make you just... huh. Really? That's why you listen to the show, though, because you're not going to hear something you would see on CNN. You wouldn't find out about that on CNN, would you? I mean, maybe later on towards the end of all the bad news, but, you know. So, anyone who has visited Delhi, India in the past 8 years and complained about a cop, well, your complaint is going to finally be heard. An online account by the Central Vigilance Commission passes police complaints in Delhi, India, directly to the Delhi police. Every municipal department in Delhi has a review once a year to review complaints and how they were addressed. But the police reported no complaints or resolutions for 8 years. So everyone thought, man, these are the greatest police in the world. Well, guess what? Finally, an investigation was launched into this anomaly, and it was found that the police department had never checked the online account because they had forgotten the password. Maybe that's something I don't know. Do you forget it on, quote, accident, or do you forget it, on a real accident? Because... I mean, think about it. If you owned a restaurant and you said, we've got no complaints. Everybody loves our food. We have no complaints. Well, yeah, you probably do. You just don't want to look at them. Are they really complaints if you don't read them? The same question about the tree falling in the forest. I mean, come on. 2 officers were brought in for, quote, training, and the account was finally assessed. There were 667 complaints waiting, many of them for years. The police department is now sorting through the messages one by one. So if you recently visited Delhi, India, and had a complaint about an officer, if you visited 8 years ago and you're wondering if that officer ever got dealt with, well, he probably might be getting dealt with now if he's not retired yet. So a couple burnt down a pizza place. A couple was denied service Monday night at World Pie's Pizza Shop in Eugene, Oregon. The staff decided they were too intoxicated. The angry couple left, but returned shortly after the pizza shop closed. They broke the glass on the locked door, and the employees inside called 911 and hid in the basement. The drunk couple took a curtain and stuffed it into a jar of moonshine and then ignited the alcohol. They threw the Molotov cocktail into the restaurant. Police arrived and arrested Matthew Bassard and Letitia Cagle on charges of arson, burglary, and criminal mischief. There's no mention of what, if any, damage the burning moonshine did to the shop. Folks, come on now. I mean, why can't you just go to Walmart or something, get yourself, geez, with as much as that pizza costs, you probably could have bought like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 Totino's frozen pizzas, took them home, threw them in a microwave if you're that hungry, or threw them in the oven, and those things cook in like 15 minutes. That's quicker than a pizza from a shop, and it's cheaper. You walk away with more beer money. All right. Come on, Oregon? Golly, folks. Smarter, not harder. Jeez. So, here's something for you church people. The Kentucky Baptist Convention is endorsing gun giveaways to draw more men to church. What's next? When? Who thinks of this stuff? Really? Who thinks giving away guns is going to draw more guys to church? And that's what we need. If you got to resort to that, why not just resort to installing stripper poles and just hoping men show up, just to go to church? Just because you put a stripper pole in doesn't mean anything. But some guy will show up in hopes and prayers that something may happen. Or just say you're sponsored by Hooters. Men are going to show up and be like, man, they're sponsored by Hooters. Maybe there may be some wings at the end of one sermon. Who knows? But, golly, really? It says here, the Lone Oak Baptist Church in Paducah had a free steak dinner Thursday with 25 guns of various kinds given away as door prizes. Over 1,000 people were expected. The convention's team leader for evangelism, Chuck McAllister, said he presided over 50 such events in the past year and saw 1,678 men make a profession of faith. Advocates see it as an opportunity to attract men who have no professed faith and say the church should use whatever works. Others are opposed to the giveaways, particularly in Paducah, where a school shooting in 1997 left 3 students dead and 5 others injured. See, something like that, yeah, you should probably, say, maybe we don't give away guns. Not in a town where there's been a shooting. At a school where people didn't survive. Maybe we should rethink this whole little getting people to church process. That's just bad. So this happens to me sometimes. I'm pretty sure it happens to a lot of people. I've heard news stories about this happening. Your phone's in your pocket. And a lot of times, you know, you have your phone in your pocket while you're at work. A lot of people work in like an office where you can't have your phone on loud. You got to turn your phone on vibrate. You'll maybe leave your phone in the car, or you'll leave your phone at your desk while you're up at a meeting or something. And you feel like, it feels like your phone's vibrating, you know, on your leg. And you reach in your pocket and your phone's not there, but you feel it, you know. I think I've heard this story quite a bit now. Just thought I'd share it with you guys. It says here, sometimes I think I hear my phone vibrate when no one's actually calling. Am I normal? So you're hearing things and asking if that's normal. In a study in the journal Computers and Human Behavior, 89% of people experienced, quote, phantom vibrations from their phones about once every 2 weeks. We're attuned to listening for signals like a vibration that alert us to a text or phone call. If you associate a text message with something potentially significant, as many people do, you come to expect those signals. You're especially likely to imagine the sounds when you're stressed or anticipating an important message. If you're fed up with these false alarms, try this. For a few hours every day, move your phone out of reach and turn it off or to silent mode. Repeat for a week, and you'll likely see improvement. It really doesn't bother me. I really hardly ever notice it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes, because I drive a yard truck, I move trailers for Target, and I drive a yard truck. Well, I take my phone out of my pocket, and I put it up on the dash. Well, every now and then, the door's vibrating or something, and it'll feel like there's something in my pocket vibrating, so I'll immediately just put my hand on my pocket to see if my phone's there, and then I, idiot myself and realize that it's actually sitting on the dashboard. And so I'm pretty sure it's something we all do. If not, well then, there you go. I am an idiot for doing it. 5 cool things your body can do. You ready for this? 5 cool things. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one hand. 5 cool things your body can do. One of life's greatest mysteries may in fact be the true potential of what's under our skin. You push your body at the gym, feel it at mealtime, and because you take it everywhere you go, you may even start to think you know what it's capable of. But if you stand in a blizzard naked, could you survive? Do you have the ability to recall pi to the furthest known digit? Your instinct is probably to say no to both questions, in which case you have a lot to learn. Your body and mind are capable of things you've never even thought to try. Number 1, your mind can keep you warm while naked in freezing temperatures. This I find to be true. No, I've never tried it before, but I wear shorts a lot, and I mean a lot. The only time I ever really wear jeans is to church, and every now and then when it's, just blistering cold, ice is falling out of the sky, I'll put jeans on. I'll even put coveralls on over my jeans. But for the most part, I'm in shorts, man. I don't care. I don't care. If there's not ice or snow falling out of the sky, I'm in shorts. And if there is ice or snow falling out of the sky and I'm in shorts, I'm inside my house, or I'm inside a house, and I'm staying warm and just... But yeah, what they say here about it just being in your mind, if in your mind you think it's hot, you're telling the rest of yourself you're warm, what you wear is really not that much of a difference, huh? Number 2, your joints can predict the weather. A lot of people, I know when I was younger, it really didn't happen too much, but I guess when the weather's changed, when it's about to rain or the pressure in the air changes, a lot of people complain about their joints hurting. So, that, obviously it's true. This is 5 cool things your body can do. Number 3, you can channel superhuman strength to lift cars and boulders. I've heard of this happening with mothers. Oh man, wasn't there a story, excuse me, with a mother whose children were trapped in a van, and she was able to lift the van just enough to the kids to get out from under the van before it exploded or something. I'll have to Google that one. I'm pretty sure that happened, though. Number 4, your mind can remember anything. Anything. But I am terrible with names, but apparently my mind can remember anything. Photographic memory is now considered to be more of a myth, but there is a condition called hyperthymesia, I probably messed that up, that allows people to recall everything that's happened in their life in immense detail. Actress Marilu Henner is famous for having it, and while some people are predisposed to a superior recollection, most scientists believe someone with an average brain can supercharge it just by improving the way they store and retrieve information with tricks like mnemonic, I'm sorry I messed that one up too, or encoding techniques. Case in point, Joshua Foer, a journalist with a perfectly normal memory, embarked on a year of training to compete in the 2006 USA Memory Championship. Wow, who would have ever guessed they have a contest, a championship for this? For memory. Wow. I would have never guessed it, and ended up winning the whole thing, even setting a record for fastest memorization of a deck of cards. Wow, man, I would have never guessed they have something like that. Number 5, your heart can tell the future. My heart just ticks at me all the time, so I don't know if it really can tell the future, unfortunately. So, I'm pretty sure, everyone eats Chinese food. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. Maybe you're a big fan of cooking animals, dogs, cats, whatever they say Chinese food is made out of these days. But a fortune cookie turned a Bronx woman into a millionaire. Yeah, and I know if you've had a fortune cookie, you flip it over, it says your lucky numbers. Some of them say like Chinese vocabulary. A 75-year-old New York woman found her fortune in a cookie. Emma Duval won $2 million in a recent Powerball drawing after playing the numbers found in her fortune cookie. I would have guessed those numbers were good. The retired Bronx resident bought the lottery ticket after dining at a Chinese restaurant in Greenwich Village. The Daily News reports that the owner of Sammy's Noodle Shop and Grill joked that maybe the waiters should get 20% of her winnings. Duval, a retired deli owner, picked up her prize on Thursday. She purchased a ticket for the February 1st drawing at the Hannaford Pharmacy in upstate Pine Bush. She plans to invest her winnings and may splurge on a trip to Switzerland to see relatives. Hey, not bad for a trip to Sammy's Noodle Shop and Grill. Who would have ever thunk that one? I mean, that's the last thing I ever think of is whenever I go to one of those places, man, I'm going to play the lottery numbers that are on the back of my fortune cookie. Now maybe I will start doing it because obviously it helped a 75-year-old woman win a Powerball lottery. So how many of you people are night owls and you wonder to yourself, man, this has got to be unhealthy. This has got to be unhealthy. For most people, 8 hours straight is 8 hours straight. And as long as you awaken feeling refreshed and it jibes with your social and work schedule, your bedtime should be fine. The old saying that sleep before midnight is better than sleep after midnight does not seem to have any real science behind it. However, negative sleep quality can occur when your sleep doesn't sync with your circadian rhythm. Your light dark cycle. Like if you work the night shift Normally, your body secretes the sleep hormone melatonin late at night, increasing messenger proteins that spot threats. When you miss out on that, your body has a harder time detecting and beating threats like cancer. In fact, the World Health Organization categorizes night shift work as a carcinogen, but usually night owls are simply genetically phase delayed. They have a body clock where they naturally want to sleep later. If that's you, like me, just remember to keep your bedroom dark in the morning. Exposure to morning light can make it hard to enter a deep cycle of sleep. As long as it's working, you're best off sticking to your schedule. Sleep is most powerful if you get it when your body expects it. When you anticipate sleep, you release melatonin, and your brain changes dopamine levels to prepare. If you don't sleep, you can wind up feeling ill or jet lagged. If you know your schedule is going to change, like for an early morning race or a new job change, your sleep pattern a day before the events. It takes about 24 hours to adjust to a 1 hour time change. Wow. And a 6 a.m. race or board meeting will feel a lot harder if your body is going when it is used to sleeping. If you're struggling to adjust, take a nap instead of hitting snooze. And for more bang for your buck, schedule naps at the same time every day. Your body will begin to expect them, making it easier to fall asleep. That is amazing. And I'll tell you what, I have a hard time falling asleep at night, especially on my off days. But I work a crazy schedule. I start at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, don't get done until about 11, 12. It takes me about an hour to get home. So I get home at about 1 or 2. And then, there's the whole unwinding part and eating dinner and whatnot. So it does take a little bit of time. But I have one of those like crazy sleep schedules. And if you do too, I know what you're going through, and it's tough. Man. It really is tough. It sucks too. It really does. I've suffered through insomnia even after my second heart surgery. Man, it was trying to fall asleep. Even my uncle, he's had surgery on his heart, and he even has problems getting to sleep. He'll sleep during the day, but he cannot sleep at night. He tells me all the time, and I'm like, man, I feel the same way. And I'm part of a heart, surgery survivalist group on Facebook, and it seems like a very common problem for heart patients. And we all just try to share each other's secrets on how the heck we fall asleep. And unfortunately, some people just, it seems like the most common answer is keep yourself busy during the day and you'll fall asleep at night. Now, if you have a weird work schedule, there's really no fix for that, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I was a doctor and can give you some better news, huh? Because that's what you listen to. The Case on the Mondays is for some good news, not bad, right? Unfortunately, there is a little bit of sad news. Atheist of America is trying to have a steel beam cross removed. The steel beam cross from the 9/11, it was in a lot of pictures after the 9/11 attacks, and it was one pieces of the building that remained standing. Well, it's going in a new museum that they're building around this, in the site. It's an underground museum that they're building, and that's going to be one of the attractions. Well, American Atheists, they're a group, and they're trying to have the cross taken out of the museum, and this is just an ugly battle that's gonna, they're trying to say the cross is based on religion, and construction workers and firefighters are just saying, it was a good sign of hope. It was, and I agree. I really don't think, it was really based a lot on religion, but, American Atheists are saying, it's discriminating towards religion, not only Christians died at this site, atheists died as well. And I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they decide on. It's in a court, and they should have a decision in several months. I mean, come on, folks, really. Anyway, that's about all the time we got. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys enjoy your week. Depending on when you listen to this, maybe you don't listen to this on Monday. Maybe you listen to it, some other time of the week. But whenever you do listen to it, hope it brings you cheer and happiness and joy and weird, mushy, warm, fuzzy feelings inside. Whatever it does, I hope it's a good thing, not a bad thing to you. So have a wonderful week. Take care. Thank you for letting me invade your ear hole, privacy, space areas, your brain, or wherever I invaded in your above the neck areas. And we will see you guys next week. Always remember, please do remember that a bad day is better than no day, any day. Take care, folks. God bless. And I'll see you next week.